Alright, so I just showed up at Alembic, the instrument maker. I see that there's a sign on the door that says, "Due to COVID-19, we are closed to visitors." But I'm going to try to just walk in anyways. So,
Yeah, so over here is basically where all the wood comes in.
yeah.
Talk about though, he's doing some bird's eye right here.
Wow. Hi there.
That's okay. So yeah, you can tell we just moved in within the last year.
Oh, this is a new spot for you
New
guys.
spot for
Oh,
us, so
cool.
This is the last area to be tightened up, but anyway,
Yeah.
we got a lot of scrap wood back here.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
But stuff like this,
Wow. Is that colored or is it?
yeah, it's actually dyed.
Yeah.
Like a vacuum type situation. And this is most likely buckeye, where there'll be voids, holes in the wood and stuff like that. So he fills those areas with some resin, kind of like a bowling ball type.
Yep.
Deal, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, so this is just some of the latest kind of weird and wild and crazy stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like a buckeye burl. Normally the wood's about this yellow color naturally.
Right. Yeah.
That instrument I showed you is gray. That's natural.
Right.
And the same wood, same buckeye, you know. But what's going on is this tree normally this color, and for naturally, as it dies, the fungus will come in and start turning that wood kind of a darkish gray.
Right.
And if we just catch it at the right time and get it out of the forest, so to speak, and dry it out and use it for an instrument, it will put that right there. It will obviously, you know, stay together and everything like that. But
Right, yeah.
Just some wild and crazy stuff.
That's pretty cool.
You know, you got a lot of natural wood. You got a lot of quilted maples and
Right.
all kinds of different things.
Oh, wow.
Right now, like during the move, they were at the lost place for like almost 20 years or something.
Yeah.
Just accumulated a lot of stuff that couldn't just throw it away.
Yeah, because this is
maybe
cut after it's been shaped, right?
Yeah, this is just a body. It's just before it goes on, so to speak.
Oh, before it goes on.
Each side of the neck.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and these are just like some old routing guides and stuff like that.
You're right. Right. Wow.
So you know, basically, we're using all these woods in their natural colors, or we add some color like that we just see in there.
Yeah.
But that's just recent in the past year. You can tell the past 50 years we just used regular, you know, nice straight, and, you know,
Right.
fancy woods, stuff like that.
Oh, so you're like the press or.
Yeah, so we're just pressing some necks here.
Wow. Yep.
We just made a bunch of veneers. Basically, we're making veneers over there on the bandsaw and the board that's making the actual body, so it kind of matches.
Right. Yep.
Making our own fingerboards here too. We've got the ebony in.
Yeah.
Put a little 12-inch radius on it.
Right.
There's a different jig on here that will suck this down. And that little saw on the side will go back and forth and cut all the slots.
Make it all perfect.
And then do the ovals and then cut a paper on it.
Yep. Cool.
And this configuration, I can stick the body in there and route the pickups and turn it over and route the electronic cavity.
Amazing. Yeah.
So we've had this maybe 20, 25 years now, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, somewhere in the 90s. But, yeah, we still gotta do everything by the numbers. We don't have a CAD system, you know, computer design type stuff. So a lot of these fancy body shapes still just way easier to do by hand.
Is it really?
And then let me just come over here and plug in the pickups so they're always the same.
Yeah.
You know.
Just pinpoint where it goes and it'll cut it perfect. Yeah.
On this machine, I can change these pickup positions to anywhere
right.
I want them. You know.
Wow.
And even on the fingerboard program, I can change the nut, the 25th, to different dimensions. Depending on, like, say you grew up playing a certain instrument and you want to copy that. Yeah.
Really?
It gets transferred over to
wow.
Your nut and the depth of it and all that kind of stuff. This is actually a copy of a Jason Newsted from Metallica.
Yeah.
And there's some guy wants one just like it, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
So we got the pictures, got, you know, okay, this is what he did. So we're making sure that we copy it, but I don't think.
It's not like you guys have the templates of every single one that comes through here, so you get a.
Yeah, we do have the templates. We just go back and go through. Okay,
right, yeah.
Jason Newsted, he is one of the bit series electronics and everything.
That's incredible. Is that really for Jason, or is it?
No, it's for someone
else
wants to be like Jason.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Wow. What's with these open notches here?
That's just like.
It'll eventually come off, or?
Yeah, that'll come off. That's just so much machining.
Yeah.
Gets down to the back of the neck. I got a curved blade that, you know, cuts this.
Right.
Like that. You know,
oh, that's just how it comes out. Yeah.
So you got the majority of the neck kind of shape. Now
oh, you can see how it's unfinished here and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
It's dangerous right now. You guys.
Yeah, really.
We're gonna be bleeding, but.
Wow, amazing.
That'll get carved down. This is just like right after glue.
Yeah.
We get it, you know, parallel here, and we'll do the machine type stuff. We'll pick up some electronics, and it goes over to carving. Yeah.
Cool.
This instrument's gonna be really neat.
Oh wow.
That's good.
That's amazing.
Woo!
Double truss rods.
That's basically a neck.
Yeah.
Those veneers that's going to shape be the same as the body. Got the truss rods in there. And they're just two rods welded together at one end. And they come through this block. One stops, one comes through. So when you crank on that, it's going to bend backwards. So you're welded here, stick together, come through the block. Crank on this, it's going to go like that.
Right.
The strings are going like pulling you this way.
Yeah.
This is trying to pull you the other way. Try to straighten it out.
Yeah.
So that's what do about.
You guys usually do two for the basses, or is that? Yeah. Really? Wow.
And guitars.
And guitars. Wow.
The guy got creative with his little resin thing.
Wow.
And started cutting out shapes on purpose.
Oh wow! There's dragons in it.
Got this little dragon.
Oh, that's so cool.
Green and flames. And book match the center.
Right, right.
The front.
Wow.
You know, so it's wild and crazy stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah. I think that was actually going to China or something.
Oh wow.
This kind of fingerboard where they got some inlays in. This is going to have some LEDs, what they call laser LEDs, but they're just 3/16 diameter LED that has like 2,000 candle watt. So they're really bright.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, you put your finger on it, over it, you can almost see the bone through it. But it's just a show gimmick. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes an impression. Wow.
So we can kind of pretend that we've got some instruments already carved.
Yeah.
Here's,
oh my God, that's incredible.
Nice Buckeye. And some Signature Series 5-string singlet plates, front and back.
Wow.
Sometimes you even take the fancy maples and color. This is maple, but we put a bunch of clear finish over it first, and then we throw some clear tints over it. So if they change their mind and want to go back to straight wood, you can just grind it up. It's not like that other one that I showed you.
Right.
That dye is in the wood.
Right,
this
right.
is on top.
Yeah.
In the finish, so to speak.
So it's finish, and then a paint job, and then
color, yeah, and then
wow,
more clear over that to seal it all in.
Amazing.
So you got something like that. We can do an older, what they call it, brown base.
The brown base. Okay.
Stanley's first.
Right. Yep.
So an oil finish.
Yeah.
Narrow 4th string, short scale.
Wow, it's a huge cavity. All kinds of electronics.
You got one battery over here for electronics, and 3 batteries over here for the lights or something.
3 batteries for the lights. Wow.
3, sometimes maybe 4.
Wow.
So yeah, you're packing 5 batteries around sometimes, you know.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and in here just a spray boost.
Yeah.
You got some more just hanging out, waiting for more finish.
Wow.
Oil finish. It's kind of like
That is incredible.
their Epic model, where it's a body and a neck, and it's just kind of glued into that pocket.
Right, right.
Instead of like a neck to it.
Interesting. Yeah.
We got an upright. I think that's cool.
Oh, an upright. Oh my God, really?
Upright 4 string. Yeah.
Wow.
And this here is actually a copy of John McVie's instrument. There's a metal fingerboard underneath there.
Metal fingerboard?
Stainless steel.
Wow, the whole thing? It'll be a fretless, one metal fretless? Oh my God. That's a good idea.
So that's going on the Wayback Machine. You know, I've been here for 40 years, and they had one before I even started here. But
Wow.
So we had a couple of extra metal fingerboards, you know, still around.
Right, I've seen them on like banjos and stuff.
And so there's some kind of Fleetwood Mac cover band. And it's obviously they were really into it, so
yeah.
He wants one just like John McVie.
Nice.
The old ones come in. This is a 78. Turned a little yellow.
Oh wow.
These had fingerboard problems or light problems.
Yeah.
So we put some new lights in, and now we're going to strip the instrument all the way down to bare wood and refinish it. And make this old 78 look like it's brand new.
Wow. Yeah.
There's another one around here.
Is that a cardboard base right there?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Case dummies.
Right, right. Yeah, nice. That's incredible. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so these instruments are routed, ready to be carved. You know, some of these instruments like that Dragon's obviously custom, okay?
Right, right, yeah.
Custom ordered.
Yeah.
So something like this 5-string Signature Series instrument is kind of a normal instrument.
So kind of like
Not
made,
real
ready
custom.
to go,
Kind
like
of
in stock kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, to where you got the pickups already done, electronics are already done, or just a cavity. Maybe you can change electronics.
Right, right, yep.
You know? And so we can get her done in a couple of months instead of 4 or 5.
Yeah, you get the order, like, okay, we got one ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah, basically, over here we're just carving a bunch of instruments, sanding them down and stuff like that.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything really wild crazy. This is the other half of that Jason
Wow.
Newstead type.
It's coming out
instrument
good.
Where the body's going to be black and the neck's clear.
Yep.
So So
Amazing.
we get them all carved up. Basically, yeah, we're taking from there to there, you know.
Right. Yep.
And they got the same wood plates. So this is just, we're sanding out all the file marks right now and getting it to look all pretty.
Yeah.
And send it over to spray. So after spray, they come over here, we run it out, sand it on. These we'll do some wet sanding from like 600 on up to like 3500, and a couple different grits of compound on the wheels.
Yep.
Because off the gun it looks like it's got kind of cheese or a little orange peel, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So he's gonna sand all that out and get it looking flat, like glass. Here's some kind of wild and crazy. Don't post any of these pictures.
Okay.
Anywhere where
I'll
the
keep that one
customer
out.
can find it, because
That's insane.
he wants to see it, you know.
Right. So this is an 8-string.
Yeah. So yeah, there's his and her model.
Oh yeah.
To where one of them is Norwegian, so we got this Viking theme going on.
Oh my.
And then the other half is duo is Egyptian, so we got
Oh my God.
going on here with lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, the lights are in there.
And
That
then
is
they want
insane.
some big murals inlaid on the back too.
Wow.
So these I think are mostly more art than they are.
Right.
You know, you're not taking this out to the bar and playing, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So what we got? We got like a big old beastie of a 6-string.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really that big. It's a nice, pretty walnut. It's pretty wide.
Oh yeah.
The lefty guitar, kind of like an Essence 4-string.
Yeah.
Kind of smaller, narrow body. And a different, I'm not sure what body shape this is for a bass. It's a little small 4-string bass. Here's your brown bass. And kind of an older one. What else we got? This is some like salted maple. These little black lines in it.
Right.
Pretty. This is a nice quilted maple.
Oh my God.
This lefty with some bird's eye wood covered pickups.
Wow.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they have been known to cut this wood out, put it on top of the pickup. So
See the same wood?
same
Wow.
wood pickups, everything.
That's a good idea.
Nice inlaid logo.
Oh yeah.
Nice quilted maple.
Wow.
We brought the bookmats all the way to center across the front. Some people don't like the look of the skateboard, so to speak.
Right. Right.
Getting older. And we got 83 walnut. Came back for lights or something like that. I think back in the old days when we were making lights, they're having a problem with the static. They get a surge or something like that, and the lights will go out.
Right.
So that's kind of like some of them do come out to get lights put in. But,
You have to take off the fretboard to do that kind of thing?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's not real fun. This is just some of your local redwood.
Local redwood, nice.
Yeah. I got the Europa body.
That's nice.
Over repair, Guild coming in for some of our pickups and electronics. One of our further guitars from Cocobolo.
Yep.
Just in the middle of the buffing process. Some dust on it. Here's a guy that the entrance in sprayed, but he wanted it blue. And this is some of the wood that's right from his body.
Oh yeah.
And so we painted him blue too. Also, so yes,
The
for a
key-based
couple of
pickups
key
there,
pickups
yeah.
and one of our little MXY pickups.
Wow, that's really cool.
So yeah, so basically he polished and then he's gonna be putting all the parts on here, and we'll get. We're gonna need your help to plug this guy in. So what do you think you want to play?
A 5-string if there's any.
5-string bass would be preferable. Fine.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
Here's some other repairs.
Right.
There's one I want to show you.
Do basses come back, or guitars? Guitars come back that you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this one. Where is that 74? Check this one. I'm not really pumping the peg head, so he's rebuilding the peg head. But look at the fucking wear and tear on this body.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at the depth of that.
Oh my God.
And look over here, feel that, you know?
Yeah. Just like sticking the thumb in there and wow.
Exactly. And picking over here, just
right.
He's had to have gotten a couple splinters, you know?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the most aware I've seen.
So what we guys do? Sand it down to match it, or just put finish on?
We're going to keep that.
Yeah.
The peg head has been broken a couple times and repaired by someone else.
Right.
Normally you got a draft angle like this going on. Well, they repaired it and it was kind of almost parallel, like a fender, you know?
Right.
It wasn't right, so we had to get in there and take a lot of stuff out and just start over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, that kind of gives you the gist of Alembic guitars.
Yep. Wow, that's so many pieces of a neck. That's incredible.
Yeah,
so do you guys use graphite and stuff too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Okay. Some nice flame color from Hawaii.
Wow.
Alright, so let's see if we can find your person to help plug you in. Here's one now. Okay. Yeah. And you got different color lights on this one.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I'll get James here and we'll have you get you all plugged in. You know, I also make a couple of these little black boxes too.
Oh, you guys make those too? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I don't know exactly what I would say, but like this one makes any bass sound like an Alembic. And there's an effects loop or something. This is a power supply for a series or something in general. But I'll get you better details here shortly.
Hi there. I'm Michael.
You Michael?
My name is Michael.
Okay. I heard I might be able to answer some questions or...
Sure, yeah. I'm looking around, interested in a bass. I don't know if you guys have any for sale or, you know, if these are all custom for other people or something. Yeah.
Well, yes and no.
Right.
A lot of the things that are here now are one of our dealers. So they are available for sale from Will Gun Guitars. So like all those in that rack are actually Will Guns.
Yeah.
So, and he's in Portland, but he does transactions over the phone, you know, but his inventory is mostly here. So that's actually his a 4-string bass in the front there too.
Right, in the cabinet? Okay.
Yeah. So, And the only things I have for sale right now are 2 left-handed demos because we're making 2 new lefties. So
Okay.
probably not too
Yeah.
useful for you.
Never tried the lefties, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they are available.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, they just don't belong to me, so I can't make the deal on them. But yeah, that's a Signature Deluxe.
Yeah.
And on the inside there is a dimmer for the side LED brightness.
Oh, you can adjust that too. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we tend to set them a little on the medium bright side originally because they, like in a music store or something, they're hard to see.
Yeah,
Not,
so you
but-
can really have the experience with it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you figure out what you want, and they only have to be bright enough to barely see.
Yeah, especially if you're in a nightclub.
If you're in a nightclub or
It's dark.
or if you're like in an orchestra pit or
Yeah.
that's the people. But yeah, that's a Signature Deluxe.
Yeah.
And on the inside there is a dimmer for the side LED brightness.
Oh, you can adjust that too. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we tend to set them a little on the medium bright side originally because they, like in a music store or something, they're hard to see.
Yeah,
Not,
so you
but-
can really have the experience with it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you figure out what you want, and they only have to be bright enough to barely see.
Yeah, especially if you're in a nightclub.
If you're in a nightclub
It's
or
dark.
or if you're like in an orchestra pit or
Yeah.
that's the people who really wind up. Those are like those you need.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps.
But they're anyway. The batteries last a lot longer if the less current you draw too. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
that's a thing. But the this is pretty much this is the standard model
Yeah.
of this model. It's got a couple of upgrades. Looks like it's got a beveled peg head.
What is that?
This is just this little extra carving on the edge so that it's not
Oh,
square.
okay, yep.
You can see the layers, the abalone inlays,
Right, yep.
and the LEDs are upgrades on this one, as is the Heart Omega body shape. And then the controls, you may have already,
Yeah,
Kinda
it's
figured
two
it out.
tones and a blend and a volume.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the switch is an attribute of the tone control, so the one that's adjacent to it is, that's the cue, so up is off, and down is an 8 decibel boost, so it's something that you don't hear it just flipping the switch,
Yeah, you don't.
but you hear it, it affects the attack of the note. So when you play it down, you'll get a stronger attack.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty noticeable there. And also if it's down and then you sustain a note and then turn the filter back and forth, turn the tone control back and forth while it's sustained, you hear like a wah.
Yeah. It's not like a normal tone. It's
So
different.
yeah, it's a low pass filter is what we use for our
Yeah.
tone control.
Oh, okay.
So those are tunable from about 300 hertz to 6 kilohertz. And wherever you tune it to, frequencies below that are passed. So, and a nip through bass kind of generally has that EQ smile, bigger lows and highs and less mids. This wood
Yeah.
kind of accentuates that. Cocobolo facings. It's a type of rosewood. It's from Mexico. They give you really big lows and highs, and so this doesn't produce a lot of mids, so it's excellent for live work because it gets those mids out of the way.
Right, yeah.
Personally, I think that I guess unless you're just doing lots of like maybe funk with just wall-to-wall slap, and even then I think you don't need the mids live. But
Yeah.
that's just my ear.
Yeah, totally.
But a lot of people miss them at home when you're playing by yourself because it feels, there's something, missing almost. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's kind of scooped out. So at home you would just kind of crank up the mids on your amp
Right,
just
right. EQ it
to
yourself.
feel more fun or something.
Yeah, is there a preamp in here that's
Yes.
adjustable?
Well, it's adjustable gain.
Adjustable gain.
Yeah, there's
right.
2 preamps actually. There's one for each pickup. So you set the height
Wow,
of the
really?
pickups.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the volume when you change the pickup height. Because if both pickups are the same height, the neck pickup would be much louder.
Usually it is, yeah.
And so you can go in and adjust the gain so that, well, you can do anything. If you want them to be the same, you can. Some people would want one of the pickups to be louder than the other, depending on what, you know, they might use effects on one pickup and not the other, or something. Or, you know, there could be all different ways, but most people want them to be equal. So when you use the pan control, you don't get a volume change. And and having the two preamps completely segregates the height from the volume. So you set the height where it's comfortable or where it sounds best, because again,
you don't want the warble or distortion.
There's also just some weird, you know, it just, depending on how you play, it's really hard to talk about how the pickup height changes the tone, but it is another way you can customize your sound. The closer the pickups are to the strings, the less noise there is. Not that there's much noise anyway, but if you want to super clean, keep them as close as you can stand with your technique without bottoming out on the pickups.
Right.
But
and then you don't have to boost it as much.
Right.
Yeah. But you have that option.
You have the option, and you can.
That's really cool.
If you like the sound of it, if you want to overdrive your amp, you can turn up the gain high enough so that when the volume is max, it'll overdrive your amp if that's what you want.
Right. Yeah.
Depends. Just again, it's
preference. Right?
There's no real right way or wrong way to do it.
That's
There's
true,
just a lot of different ways to explore. But we tend to, you know, advise people. One of the best ways to use the adjustable gain is to, if you have another bass, turn them both up on the outside volume maximum and match this one to your other bass.
Right, so then you switch.
That way when you switch, you have the same maximum volume, so you're not, you know, you should be similar.
Yeah.
For playing. It says it's adjustable.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is the standard neck size and neck carving. All that's changeable. This is called the comfort taper. It's kind of like a blend between a jazz and a P bass. It's a little narrower at the nut, not as narrow as a jazz bass.
Right, yeah.
Which is kind of a little dinky.
Yeah, definitely.
But it doesn't quite spread out as wide as a P bass at the bridge.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable.
So it's just kind of in the middle. We do this is our standard bridge spacing technique as well, which we do differently than everybody.
Bridge spacing.
Yeah, we do it
different.
Well, we do it the hard way.
The hard way? How was that?
So the space between the strings is even, not the space between the centers of the strings.
That's the way to do it, yes.
Well, because unless you play tap, now people who are tap players, we would want to have the center spacing, because then you would...
Oh, yeah.
Because you aim at the center of the strings. But if you play with the pick or your fingers, you're aiming for the edge of the strings, and it's really nice. When it's almost like you can't even tell that they're like that. It just, the playability is so much better. We do center to center at the nut.
Oh, yeah?
Because there you want to aim for the center of the string when you fret. So it blends about part way, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, most of the time you're going to be hanging out down at that end for most players.
Right.
Again, there's reasons to do either, and we can match a neck you have. One of the things we do in our neck carve, if you look straight at the back of the neck, you can see the fingerboard from the back of the neck.
Right.
It's part of the carve.
Yeah.
We don't.
It doesn't go straight.
Yeah, it doesn't have most people have the edges of the fingerboard are parallel to each other, and it's real jarring. And it's just this real. If you had two basses that were the same spacing and one had that integrated carve and one didn't, this one would feel smaller. And it is smaller. There's less wood there. And it's very subtle, but again, it's just all these little tiny things that kind of contribute to it having the better playability.
Yes.
So, custom build times right now are about 5 to 6 months if we're not doing custom electronics or custom inlays, if we're just kind of mixing and matching body shapes, sizes, wood shapes, that kind of stuff, 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible
if
you want something custom made.
Yeah.
So, these are available. You're welcome to play. He's got another 5-string in a different wood. Same model, but a Buckeye burl.
Oh yeah.
So it'll have a slightly different sound. This one will have a bit deeper sound.
Yeah, this is heavy.
Yeah, and it is heavier. This Cocobolo is like, even though it's only a 1/4 inch at the top, Cocobolo is almost as dense as water. So it is, but it balances very well.
Oh, it's not head diving or anything.
Not at
Yeah.
all. This one here does great as a 6-string, 7-string bass, no problem. Because that upper horn is long enough.
You guys do 7 strings?
Sure.
Wow.
8-string,
Oh yeah.
10-string. Trying to think.
How many do you want?
Yeah. You know, we make things that nobody's
I want a
invented,
harp.
Right? That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We are making a tenor ukulele for me. I'm making
Oh,
one.
nice.
A solid body tenor ukulele, but now I want a tremolo on it because
Oh yeah, dude, I'm all about the tremolo.
Yeah.
I got 2 basses with tremolos.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun.
Usually, if we do a tremolo on a bass, we usually use the Kaler
Yeah, that's what I got.
tremolo.
Yeah.
And
They're solid.
I'm really good friends with Gary Kaler.
Oh, are you?
He's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, he is really cool. Yeah.
And so I like his stuff for the tremolos.
You guys go to NAMM?
I haven't in a long time. We used to go all the time.
Yeah.
But
I didn't see you guys there last year.
it's no. I went there a couple years and just walked it with my dad. I don't think we've exhibited in maybe 15 years though.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
Is it really?
I mean, every
Plus you got to bring everything.
every customer has to pay for it. You know, these are expensive enough as it is.
Yeah.
Where the cheapest for like just me and James to go to a NAMM show, we are frugal.
Yeah.
It's like $30,000 or $40,000.
Oh my God.
You know,
What?
between the booth space. I mean, I think you pay something like $12,000 just to rent the booth, and that's a piece of concrete.
That's just one booth, right?
Yeah, that's just one booth,
Yeah.
and we usually get 2, so there's enough room to
Right.
put everything
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
So you got a big pile of money there, and then it doesn't even have carpet or electricity.
Oh, then you got to buy the electricity. and
Everything
stuff.
is an add-on.
Yeah,
And you can't do anything yourself. So it's really awesome.
yeah. Yeah, right. Well, you
But
guys are known at this point.
we're pretty
right?
well known,
Yeah.
and you know, our product line is very stable. You know, we bring out different shapes, different designs, find new woods that we think are interesting. And this is our new location. We've been here almost a year now, so that's kind of exciting. We're excited we're going to put the pinball machine, so that's going to get set up over Christmas. You know, just
You guys could you do like this kind of style, like a short scale too?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Stanley Clark
Stanley
signature
Clark
base.
one, yeah.
That has to be short scale. We don't like doing that a medium or long scale.
Oh yeah.
Because it balances on the strap straight across, maybe a little bit up from there, and that's neck heavy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, if it isn't up here, it's neck heavy.
Right. Yeah.
That just is it's just an artifact of the shape. There's no horn, so you just really can't.
So it's perfect like that. So
That's the way it comes.
keep it
It's
like
that's the only way. But like a shape like this, short scale, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Would the body change, or you
No,
keep
the
the
body
body
wouldn't
size?
change at all.
Just
No.
make the neck shorter.
We just make the neck shorter, and probably what would wind up happening is we would keep the neck to body joint the same here.
Yeah.
So it would still join at the 23rd fret, and then this would just come up a little bit.
Oh right.
You know?
Just make a little more room.
Yeah, and then we could do something different with the carving down
Then a
there.
tremolo would actually fit.
You
this
might be
body.
able to fit a tremolo.
I don't think it would fit here with that.
It's
It'd probably have to be a
close.
different body.
It's close,
huh?
or we might make it. We make the same shape without the cutout has a point at the
Oh, okay.
bottom.
Right. Make like this part.
Yeah, it'd just be
Instead of-
solid there.
Yeah.
So then there would be plenty of room on a point.
Yeah, there would be a lot of room.
But yeah, we could definitely do that. For tremolo, I would recommend a new build rather than trying to retrofit it.
Yeah.
It's always a pain, and
Yeah.
rework's always more expensive
Yeah.
than putting it in from the
That's
start.
true. Yeah.
And then it's also, well, does the tremolo cover up all the holes that are already there? Then you got to deal with how you're going to decorate it, and it just looks like a patch job.
Yeah. Can.
And if you're going to spend that kind of coin, you might as well just get it done right.
Yeah.
Wait a couple months extra, you know. But this gives you some idea what it sounds like.
Yeah, I've never seen one in person. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. We work really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
And we're a small family company.
Yeah.
So my parents started the company.
Oh yeah, nice.
51 years ago, so
Wow.
I've literally been here every day of my 50 years.
Oh my
I have been
God.
here. So I can answer most questions.
Yeah, you seem very knowledgeable.
But if I don't know, I know the guys can find out the right answers. But yeah, those are probably would be a good idea. Let me grab my keys, and you should play this one other one that's in here because you've never
Okay.
tried one. This is a maple neck.
Yeah.
And I've
Is
got
it maple and walnut?
Maple and purple heart.
Purple heart, okay.
And I've got a mahogany neck.
Oh.
So it just is a completely different sound profile. Because to me, the neck wood choice, that's the most important decision.
Really?
Yeah, because it's 80% of the tone of the wood of the bass is in
Wow.
the neck. So if you, and it also has a bit of the weight. So if you also need to make it lighter weight, this is what it would sound like.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it depends if there's always trade-offs. What's more
Right.
important? If the tone is more important, then you like the sound of the heavier bass, you got a heavy bass.
30 pounds, yeah.
And guess what? Pretty much the more weight, the better it sounds.
Oh, really?
That's the way it works with basses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This depends. It depends what you want it to sound like, but it's more versatile. Their lighter weight ones have more of a certain voice, which may be exactly the sound you're looking for, and then
Right.
in which case, great. Let me grab it though, 'cause
Okay.
it's kind of special. Now we have these really annoying / awesome input
Wow.
jacks.
Oh my God, this is wow.
It doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
You hardly ever turn that knob, so this is a real rounded sound compared to the other one.
Yeah.
It's got deep bass response, but it doesn't have the brightness. Even if you go like full here, full bridge pickup, that's your brightest sound. Which might be bright enough, The other side is like
Wow. Something.
get your reggae. Those are the extremes, Probably somewhere in between winds up being. We made about 15,000 instruments in our lifetime, which is kind of not a lot.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like a lot,
That's not a lot.
but they're just, really for that long. Although we didn't start building until 1972. So 1969 is when we started the company, but we weren't making guitars yet. Just electronics. That's what we
Oh.
started out. So we made the first active electronics in any
Really?
guitar bass ever. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Are you guys still doing like the preamp thing with
That's all we do.
multi-pins?
We do those too. Those are for series 1s and 2s.
Oh, okay.
The preamps inside the guitar, that's for the external power supply, because those, we don't care about battery drain at all.
Right, yeah. I heard
Those
that.
take 2 9-volt batteries and they only last 20 hours.
Yeah.
They are, but
But do you get like some crazy
they're
powerful
crazy.
sound or something?
They're crazy quiet,
Crazy quiet.
like ridiculously quiet. So
Like a compression almost or something?
no,
Or-
just as far as noise, you're just super purity. Anytime you want to make again, it's always about a trade-off with design work. So if you want extended battery life, then your fidelity goes down, and the longer you want it, the more it goes down. So you will get some small amounts of noise. Our instruments are still extremely quiet that don't have the external power supply,
Right, yeah.
but they're even quieter with it. So, well, especially for a lot of people who are solo bass players, and some people are they all they do is do solo bass.
Yeah.
So there's when they pause, you don't want to hear anything.
Right.
You want it to really be silent, and that's the type of bass for those guys. To make it the lightest weight possible is get that string spacing as tight as you can stand it. If you don't need really wide bridge spacing, we can make that neck a lot smaller, because the size of the neck is based on the size of the bridge spacing.
Right, yeah.
So, and that's the densest wood, and it's a solid chunk going through the body, although we do does get cut up for the pickups and stuff, but
Right.
the part
right.
that's left is all solid there. And so the smaller that is, the less your overall base will weigh. So
Yeah.
if you can stand tighter spacing,
Right. If you
Get
can
it.
think
it just depends, you know. You look at the Stanley, his personal bases are, this is 1.5 at the neck, his are 1.4.
a little bit skinnier.
We don't even
Really?
do the Stanley Clark signature bases with his neck size because nobody would buy them.
Really?
And he has
Wow.
huge hands.
He's a tall guy,
He's
right?
tall.
Yeah, he's
He
huge.
can palm a basketball, no problem.
Yeah.
His hands are enormous.
Wow.
And he plays with a short scale and
Right.
really tight string spacing, which is yet another reason he can be faster than just about anybody because everything leans to that for him, you know. Frets are closer together, strings are closer together, fingers are bigger.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to move his hand
Right,
to do
just
things
like-
that the rest of us do.
First to the 7th fret
Yeah,
right here.
with one hand.
Yeah.
Look at him play. It's like, it really is like that.
Yeah.
And then for 5-string players, I don't know if you know Jimmy Johnson.
No.
He's, check out, he's got his own band from years ago called Flim and the BBs. But he played with Alan Holdsworth.
Must be good then.
Yeah, he's like, if I could wake up tomorrow and play bass like anybody, it would be Jimmy Johnson. He's been in James Taylor's band for I think about 20 years. I think he's been the musical director for about 10 years and the bass
Okay.
player.
Nice.
So, and everything you hear him do there is direct from the bass. He doesn't go through any processing.
Yeah.
So it's pure Series 2, but if you look at his neck, really tight bridge spacing. Much tighter than this.
That's why I like the Kahlers, because you can adjust it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. This
So
to the limit of your fingerboard width.
So like with the pickups, do you have to customize the pickups to
No,
that?
they're bar magnets.
They're bar
you
magnets.
could have 1 or 100 strings, it wouldn't care.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. We just have to make sure they are big enough.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
our job.
Yeah.
So some of them are on the edge. You know, a really wide 5-string would need a wider pickup.
Might need like a 6-string pickup or something,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Neck wood issue is like the biggest thing to think about. If you want a classic Alembic tone, there's no question, get maple purple heart.
Yeah.
90% of the basses I've made with those necks. So if you've heard an Alembic and liked it, that's what you're hearing.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
There's a few exceptions. Lighter weight, if you want a rounder tone, if you don't, I mean, you can get a pretty decent slap tone, but it's not as, it's not as snappy as a maple neck, for sure.
Right, yeah.
And then the idea is for comfort, get your scale length, your bridge spacing, all that. Then we do the decorative stuff. The woods we make the body out of do influence the sound,
Right.
but it's much less than the neck. So you're a little bit freer if you really like this wood, but you wish it was brighter sounding. Well, maybe we put a maple core on it.
Yep.
Or add a maple accent laminate just to scunch it that way if you didn't want it so extreme. Sit around and play basses.
Yes, I would. Yes.
Yeah. So let's find. This is fun, huh? This bass is
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's a little guy. It's probably the least expensive bass. I don't know exactly how much it is. Sorry, but it's on Will Gunn's website, and it's
Will guns?
Will Gun.
Will guns,
Yeah.
okay.
Like William, but just Will.
Yeah.
And GNN. GUNN. It never changes that amplifier, so it's scratchy on that pot because it's the same. This is Signature Deluxe, the same electronics as that 5-string you played.
Yes.
With the short scale, this is the same neck as on that long scale that you played, but it's short scale, so it's a 1.5 inch
Yeah.
nut, and it spreads out a little bit at the bridge, but not super wide.
Mm-hmm.
This is the narrow taper.
I wonder if the action can go down a little bit more. This is gorgeous though. Wow. So nice. B. Tune down to B.
Done shorty now.
Yeah.
I like it.
Man, it's so comfortable. I've never. I don't think I've played a short scale bass.
Yeah, you too can play just like Stanley.
Yeah. May I try another 5-string here?
Are there any features or is there any questions? I mean,
Just kind of blown away. You know, I never tried these before, and they're really top
what
notch.
made you want to try an Alembic, or what did you?
You know what? You know, I have this bass. It's like a $5,000, $6,000 bass, and the maker just wasn't that good. You know, like it's more of like a boutique kind of showy, but I'm looking for like something that's actually good. So I tried to buy a new neck from them, and they'd send me a damaged piece, and like I've been going through a nightmare just trying to get a nice bass. You know, I'm like going crazy. I'm like, what's the best bass?
It's not hard
You know?
to get a nice bass.
yeah.
I wouldn't think.
I know, right? Yeah. So I mean, I have one being made from Kiesel right now. They don't make super custom. I don't know if you're familiar with Kiesel. They used to be carbon.
Oh, okay. I know.
So they've been around for a while. They make a lot of custom stuff, but they don't like, you guys like take personalization and stuff, you know. They don't really do that, so.
Oh, we will do it.
Yeah,
Man,
exactly,
we will do
yeah.
it.
So, just looking for what I need, you know.
All right. Well, I wish my boss had had a chance to talk to you when you called.
Yeah. I think it's perfect because I wouldn't have come up here so fast. So.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we're kind of really limiting people coming, obviously,
Yeah.
for the COVID stuff. But,
Right, yeah.
Go ahead, have fun.
Awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'll be back and forth.
cool. each pickup. So there's a tone here for this pickup, tone here for that pickup, blend, and some kind of a tag. So like this little divot right here.